We are gonna make a world-class breakfast today by the world-class cheesemakers and our sponsors, Wisconsin Cheese. They're one of the key ingredients. So this is the thing that makes a Quiche Lorraine magic. The first ingredient, the killer one, is cheese. We've got Sartori's Old Real Cheddar, and anywhere you go, Tops, any place you look at, you're gonna see this badge, the Proudly Wisconsin Cheese Badge. The Masters, there are only two places in the world, Switzerland and Wisconsin, where you can become a master cheesemaker, and that's where we got this from. So the cheese is critical. We've got Swiss, and then aged cheddar. Those are critical. The next thing that's important with quiche is the bacon, but some people will slice up slices and cut them up. That's okay. When you have master cheesemakers, right, you also want to go to a master butcher. And we got a pound of slab bacon that we cut into lardons. Lardons is a French way to basically take 1/3 of an inch cut, big juicy piece of bacon. So when you take a bite of it, it has more of the bacon flavor, more of a juiciness than just that crispy part. So this is superstar bacon. Now, a quiche is also an egg-based dish, right? So a lot of times, chicken eggs, which are really cool, they work. You'll use 4 eggs in this, but we're only gonna use 3 eggs because we're using duck eggs. This rich luxuriousness, this is where it's at. So we're gonna use 3 beautiful duck eggs and no chicken eggs. In Wisconsin, you need a license to make cheese, but you don't need a license to make this awesome quiche as long as you got the right cheeses with y'all. So what we did first was we got a couple of store-bought pie crust, baked them for 10 minutes, and then we're gonna set them aside. We got 2 because this is enough to make 2 quiches. Whenever you're making a quiche, make 1 for now and 1 for the freezer. Great to break out for a bridal brunch, had some friends spend the night, had a guest overnight, bring it back out in the morning, you're good to go. So we're gonna set this aside after it's gone for 10 minutes. We're gonna get a big old mixing bowl and start mixing things up. So we've got our 3 duck eggs, or if you can't find duck eggs, 4 chicken eggs. Put that in as the base. Then we've got 1 cup of heavy cream. Yeah. 1 cup of half and half. This is gonna be so luxurious, cut with that beautiful Wisconsin cheese. It's gonna bring out all the flavor. And every time we mix some new stuff up, we're gonna whisk it together. Now, we've got 1.5 cups of that Wisconsin Swiss. We scooped up at Tops, which you can scoop up there, anywhere near you. 1.5 cups of that, ooh, sharp cheddar. Get that in there too. Straight from Wisconsin, y'all. As we're mixing this up, right, and we want to keep this evenly mixed the entire time. The story about Quiche Lorraine actually is just like Wisconsin cheese, right? They take stuff from Europe and different parts of the world, they make it here. Quiche Lorraine is thought to be a French dish, but it actually started in Germany. The French learned it there, took it, maybe put a new fancy name on it, but they put the things in, like we keep talking about, like these incredible bacon lardons. So the reason why we like them in lardons is you see how thick it is. You get all that fatty juiciness, right? You get the best part of the bacon, not just little crispy parts. It's like that cheese in Wisconsin. It's just better because it's made by the right people. Now we're gonna add it in. Keep stirring that up. We're gonna add in a tablespoon of flour to give it some depth. 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. We also have a tablespoon of fresh shallots. You can use onions in a pinch, but the shallots have a sweetness that goes well with everything. And then we also have about a tablespoon and maybe 1/3 of a cup of diced roasted red peppers. Now that flavor combined with all this fatty juiciness creates a sweetness, which is awesome, but we're not done there. We're also gonna add in a pinch of nutmeg, which brings some sweetness and a nuttiness that really enhances the flavor of the cheese and the bacon. A twist of fresh black pepper, and we're gonna do a couple shakes of a mild hot sauce. The reason why we want the hot sauce, right, is you want salt, acid, fat, and heat to come together, and all that sweet goodness of the Wisconsin cheese gets touched up by this hot sauce. Doesn't taste spicy at all, just makes everything sing, and that's what we want, you know what I mean? Okay, we've got it mixed up. We're gonna pour it into our shells. Remember, we've got 2 of them, 1 for the freezer and 1 for now. We're gonna use a ladle to get everything evenly mixed so we get everything to come across creamy and gooey in that beautiful shell. This goes into the oven at 350 degrees for 50 minutes. That seems like a long time, but it takes 15 years to become a master cheesemaker in the mighty state of Wisconsin. So we are gonna honor that and bake this up right. This master class from the Master Cheesemans, when it comes out, it is gonna look like that. That is a Quiche Lorraine. We're gonna slice it into quarters, just how we like it. And look at this beautiful bacon all throughout it. We like to garnish it with little green onions. And yeah, I know, usually you're gonna cut an ace when people are having that at your bridal brunch or something fancy, but this quiche is too good for me to have an eighth of a slice. The perfect cheese, the perfect bite, bacon, creamy goodness. For a wedding brunch, for the morning after a long night, from Wisconsin to Tops to your kitchen, Quiche Lorraine.